Let me know in the comment section how you are going to tackle this problem, because there is a catch, and if you are not careful, you are going to miss very critical and crucial steps and therefore arrive at a wrong conclusion thinking you have gotten the answer. So how are we going to solve this? We are asked to find the unique solution to x squared plus y squared if x squared plus y is 7 and y squared plus x is 7. So I want to have these two equations, x squared plus y is 7, which I'm tagging as equation 1, and then y squared plus x is 7, which I'm adding as equation 2. So perhaps one of the very first thing you need to ask yourself is that what do I do first? For me, I'm going to subtract equation 2 from equation 1, so that I'm having x squared plus y minus y squared plus x is equal to 7 minus 7. And if you look at this and you open this bracket, we are going to have x squared minus y squared plus y minus x is equal to 0. Now, notice what I'm going to do now. X squared minus y squared is a difference of 2 squared. So I'm going to have x minus y into x plus y. That will result into x squared minus y squared. Then, in this other case, instead of having y minus x, because I'm seeing x minus y is here already, what if I'm to append minus x regarding this minus x here? But then it's plus y, so I'll need another minus to multiply this minus so that I have minus y is equal to 0. So looking at this now, I think another factorization can come, because x minus y is common to these two terms here. So I can say x minus y is common here. Then I have x plus y remaining from the first term minus 1 from the second term is equal to 0. So here I'm having two solutions coming, is either x minus y is 0, or for the second case I'm having x plus y minus 1 is equal to 0. Here in this case I can just rewrite to say y is 1 minus x by subtracting 1 minus x from both sides. Then looking at this, here x is just equal to y, and now this is where it gets interesting. If I'm to check for x is equal to y, let's say for x is equal to y, and I'm to use in any of the original equation that we're given, then I'm going to have in equation 1 x squared plus x minus 7 is equal to 0. That's what equation 1 will translate into. And then this is actually not easily factorable. Then I can use the formula method for quadratic equation, which says that x in this case is nothing but minus b, that's the coefficient of x, plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4 multiplied by a, which is the coefficient of x squared, then the constant c over 2a. If I am to make use of this, in this case I'm going to say that this x is going to be minus 1 plus or minus square root of 1 square minus 4. A is 1, c is minus 7. Don't also forget your negative sign over 2a, okay? And of course we say a is 1, so 2, 1. This is equal to, so this will yield minus 1 plus or minus square root of minus 4 times minus 7 is 28. 1 plus 28 will be 29 over 2, and this is also equals to y. So this is quite interesting, because we are getting to see that first and foremost this is symmetrical because x is equal to y, but interestingly the solution that is giving us is irrational. So these are irrationals, and we cannot just think this will give us the unique value of x squared plus y squared, which applies to all solutions. So we need to check for the other case in which y is equal to 1 minus x. Okay, for y is equal to 1 minus x, if we use that in equation 1, I'm going to have x squared plus 1 minus x. Then that 7, if I subtract 7 from both sides, minus 7 is also is 0. That is coming from equation 1. So this results to x squared minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. So this is a quadratic that we can try to solve. And looking at minus x, I have a product minus 6x squared, I have a sum minus x. So if I want to undo that, I can say x squared minus 3x plus 2s, and notice that minus 3s and 2s is up to minus x, then this minus 6 is equal to 0, so that x is common to the first two terms and 2 is common to the last two terms. Now here again, I have x minus 3 is common to both terms, x from the first and then plus 2 from the other term. So in this case, what I'm going to have is that is either x minus 3 is equal to 0, or I'm having that x plus 2 is 0. So here x is going to be 3 or x is going to be minus 2. Now, we are coming from this case in which you said y is 1 minus x. So for this x is 3, y is 1 minus 3, and that will be minus 2. Or here we have x is minus 2, y will be 1 minus minus 2, that will be 1 plus 2. That is 3. Now you can see that these two are really actually symmetrical. So if we now want to get to solve our problem, this is interesting now because we have to find x squared plus y squared. So for this, we are going to have, in the first case, 3 squared plus minus 2 squared. That's 9 plus 4. And 9 plus 4 is 13. And even in the second case, we are going to have x now is minus 2 squared plus y, which is 3 squared. And that's going to be 4 plus 9, which is also 13. So, just being open-minded and exploring all the options have helped us to come to the terms that the unique solution to x squared plus y squared is nothing but 13 as given in this question. We cannot afford to stop here where x is just equal to y. That will not give us the solution we are looking for. We need to also explore this, and eventually we can get our answer to be 13. For more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to DaveTuts Academy, and until next time, God bless you.